Probe the Act on Deepstuff Radio. Hello. I'm Emmy Hikins, your host. Welcome to Probe the Act, a show where we get to dig into the lives of the people behind the music you hear here on Deepstuff Radio, where the artist tells us a bit more about who they really are. Ooh, that sounds scary. That's my evil laugh, by the way, in case you're guessing. Thank you and welcome to the show. So, welcome to Probe the Act on Deepstuff Radio with Emmy Hikins. And on the show, we've got Freddie all the way from New York in the U.S.A. Welcome to the show, boss.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Pleasure to be here. Yeah.
Right. So, can you tell us how you got started in music, Freddie?
Well, as a kid, like many young kids, the first band that I ever got into was probably Kiss. And I actually started out on drums. I'm a bass player. I don't have any musicians in my immediate family, but I have had an uncle, he's since passed away, who was a drummer, and some cousins who played the drums. So I sort of naturally gravitated towards that when I was young, and my uncle gave me a drum set to kind of mess around with, and so that lasted for a couple of years. I really wanted to be like Peter Criss from Kiss. And then I'm the youngest of four children, so I have two older sisters and an older brother, and one of my sisters, I must have been in about the 6th grade at the time.
Yeah.
And so my sisters and my brother were teenagers. Yeah. And one of my sisters was dating a guy that came over, and he was a musician and played bass, and he saw that I was into Kiss, and thought he could probably help me go to the next level of music appreciation. So one day he brought over 2 Black Sabbath records. Yeah. Sabotage and Heaven and Hell. Yeah. And I don't know how long after listening to those records it was, but shortly thereafter I started pestering my parents for a bass guitar. So between my sister's boyfriend and Geezer Butler, I would say that was the defining moment for me to switch to bass. And I've, as cliche as it is, I've never looked back.
Wow. You was a member of Kiss?
No. I just was influenced by them.
All right. Yeah. I thought, wow. Right. Yeah. So are you currently in a band at the moment?
Yeah, I play in a band called American Mafia.
Yeah. Wow.
We have a record out called Rock and Roll Hit Machine. Yeah. And that record is pretty much the culmination of a few years worth of work. Yeah. Me and Tom Jude, the guitar player, put the band together, a few years ago, but it really kind of rose out of the ashes of another band called Holy Water. Yeah. That Tom and I had together. Yeah. And, so that album's been out for about a year and a half now, and we're working on a new 5-song EP. Yeah. That we hope to have out sometime this year, hopefully by the summer, if not, in the fall. But that's kind of the goal right now. Yes. So yeah. Wow. So American Mafia. Yeah. American Mafia.
So how many people are in this band?
There's 4 right now.
Yeah.
But the record that we released, Rock and Roll Hit Machine. Yeah. If anybody gets their hands on it, they'll realize that there's about 6 different singers on it. And the reason for that is Tom and I were working on a Holy Water record with the original singer from Holy Water. It was a guy by the name of David Knight. Yeah. And Dave, the band Holy Water had broken up and for many years, and we decided to put it back together because there was some interest in the material that we had never recorded. And partway through putting together a new record, Dave really wasn't that into it. He had gotten more into kind of, American Mafia's music is heavily rooted in classic rock, like Led Zeppelin, Bad Company, Humble Pie, Free, that kind of stuff. And Dave had moved into a more pop music-oriented direction. Yeah. He was more influenced by like R.E.M. and Elton John and Billy Joel and stuff like that, which I love.
Yeah.
I love that music and those artists, but it wasn't what we were doing. So he decided to kind of gracefully bow out, and we, went on the hunt for another singer.
Yeah.
And we had a hard time finding a singer to commit to a whole record. So because it wasn't really a band at that point, it was just a recording project. So we said, you know what, let's just make a list of people we'd like to work with and have some of our favorite singers sing these songs. So that's what we did for the record.
Yeah.
So once the record was done, Don Chaffin, who sings two of the songs on the record, we decided to do a video for one of his songs. And we got along so well during that video shoot that we did another video shoot for the other song that he sings. And now he's the only singer on the EP that we're working on. It's a 5-song EP.
Yeah.
Don is the singer on that. So we're trying to kind of, project this as the band for the moment. So it's Don Chaffin on lead vocals, Tom Jude on guitar, me on bass, and Bobby Marks on drums.
Wow.
So 4 guys. That's a long answer to your question.
No, that's fine. It's called Probe the Act.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to take a short break now. Please don't go away. You're listening to Probe the Act on Deepstuff Radio with Emmy Hikins, and a lovely singer, songwriter, and a musician all the way from New York, Freddie of the band American Mafia. They're not really Mafia. It's just it's just the name of the band. We'll be back shortly.